We will use different quarterback drills every season depending on our quarterback's experience, but these are some things that our quarterbacks can do during the summer to help them prepare.
First thing, when you start talking about a quarterback's drop, we're going to straddle the line. We're going to teach their drop. What we're going to try to do is we go straight back. Quarterbacks are the best players on the field, the smartest players on the field, and they want to do exactly what you tell them to do as a coach. We want them to go back, not behind. So we're going to do a one-step drop. Garrett's going to step right back and hit the line with his first drop. So you're going real slow motion here and just show him, push off your left foot, just put your foot right back on the line there, like you're taking a one-step drop out of the gun. Yeah, to the right, to the right. So he goes, whenever you want. There he hits, and he's right there. He stays in balance. Now, as you see what Garrett said, to the right. The point is, really, you should never drop and have your foot straight unless that's your number one key. So you see Garrett is on that imaginary pitching mound right there, our pitching rubber. His foot is ready to throw. If his first read was covered, he would then regather, and throw the ball to the guy over the middle and move his feet. But we don't want to have wasted motion. So again, we'll do that again a little faster. A one-step drop on you, going to the left this time. He'll drop back, bang, there he is. You see his foot's on that rubber, so it's going right towards his target. You throw with your feet. You throw with your feet. He's doing a great job there of stepping to his target, having his feet right and go. So now I want you to show him take a one-step drop to your right, and then he's covered, and then throw the ball over the middle. Bang, he's covered, he readjusts, and he's right there ready to throw the ball. So we'll do that drop a lot, a one-step drop. And just what we said, we're throwing a hitch to the right, and out to the left. Okay, now we're talking about doing the avoid drill. When we drop back in the pocket, we want to always keep ourselves in a good, strong position right now. Athletically, when you play any athletic thing that you do, you want to be strong. Your body will always win. So again, going back to what we said, quarterbacks are coachable guys for the most part. If I tell Garrett to stand as tall as he can and he brings his feet together, touches his feet, bring your feet together all the way, he is as tall as he can be. So when you say stand tall in the pocket, a coachable guy will do that. Well, he doesn't feel very comfortable right now. He doesn't feel very athletic. So anytime you bring your feet together like that, then you're going to overcompensate for that and overstride. So we're going to get back in that athletic position. He's going to take his drop. We're going to move in the pocket here. We're going to move side to side and forward and back. A couple things we're going to talk about. We always want to move with our back foot because we don't want to have any wasted motion. Certainly a personal preference. Everybody can do what you want with that. When we move up in the pocket, sometimes you do move back, but most of the time you step up in the pocket. If you have taken your drop, Garrett, going back and be like there we are. If he moves up in the pocket right here, we want to continue to talk about staying in that athletic position. We don't want to click our heels together. We talk about the Wizard of Oz movie, which is kind of an old movie these days, but what did Dorothy do? She wanted it. When she clicked her heels together, she went home. We will send our guys home if they click their heels together. We want to keep your feet wide, stay in an athletic position so you're ready to throw the ball. So we'll do a couple reps here for Garrett because I know he'd like to show them to you. Here we go. Takes a drop. We move him back. He takes a step, comes this way, comes forward. Good. We clap our hands. He'll throw the ball. We'll give you one more there. Again, we'll do this. Go. He's got a good drop. His eyes are downfield. Both hands on the ball. And we don't want to practice bad habits. We want to have both hands on the ball protected. This drill does a great job in conditioning. We'll do it in special teams, get our quarterbacks in shape. We don't want them to get lazy, get sloppy, and have the ball dropping down as we go. Three-step drop. We still want to be on this line. Multiple reasons for this. Number one, we don't want to drop. We'll show them here. I'll show them because we don't want to do anything that's incorrect. But if I drop and go too far behind and get over here, what have I done? Number one, I've added major stress to my left tackle, which is the hardest spot to play. We don't want to do that. We want to keep the pocket where it's supposed to be, keep everything as well as we can to protect our linemen and do their jobs. We're going to go straight back. The other thing you saw there, I went behind and came here. I cannot see to my left. Again, talking all right-handed quarterback here, but if I'm a right-handed quarterback, my body is all coiled up and ready to throw the ball. But if I can't see, I will then open up too far and not use my body in the throw. So Garrett will do a three-step drop here, again, going to his left this time. So now we're in the gun. We're getting the snap, three-step drop, reading the left side first. Here we go. There he is. He hits the line. He's right on the line. He's ready to go. Again, pocket is right where he's supposed to be, not adding any pressure on anybody that we don't want to. Now he's going to go to his right. Now he's reading his keys to the right first. Here we go. Bang. Gets it back. And he's in great shape right there. And we move. We could do this also with a 5-step drop as well if you want. That's totally dependent on your offense and what you do. But we do this every day, dropping straight back on the line, trying to make sure our feet go straight back and not behind for no wasted motion. A, for the pocket. B, so we can see down the field where we want to go. Now we're going to do a drill here. Again, talking about footwork, you throw with your feet. So what Garrett's going to do is go through the bags here. Again, looking like he's a good positive quarterback, positive position, pre-pass position. He'll go, he'll step with his back foot, he'll shuffle forward. Again, making sure what? He doesn't click his heels together. He wants to keep a good base, a very good base as he goes. Again, the biggest thing we're going to stress to our quarterbacks is being in an athletic position. When you hit a golf ball, hit a baseball, play defense in basketball, you don't click your heels together. You stay athletic, you stay strong. When your heels come together, you will naturally, your body always wins. You will overcompensate, you will overstride. Here we go. He'll drop, step with his back foot, see his eyes are up downfield, looking at his targets, not looking there, stepping through. Good job. We'll give him one more of those. Push up. Good job. Step with it staying wide, trying to keep himself always ready to throw the ball. Now what he's going to do is he's going to stand and face me. Okay? Number one rule we just talked about was what? You must have your opposite shoulder to the target. So we must push it around and pull it through. Again, there you see him doing it. The biggest thing is you're coaching your young men is your opposite shoulder must be toward the target. Push it and pull it. Again, keeping both hands on the ball as long as you can. We do believe if you keep your system correct and keep yourself all together, it's good. So he pushes, he pulls, and comes down. The other thing is it helps with ball security if by chance you do have somebody hit the quarterback. Now he's going to put his throwing shoulder toward the target. Now, rule is what? We know the rule. He must have his opposite shoulder toward the target, so he has to push himself all the way around and pull it through. Okay, we want to do that. We're trying to work on mechanics, push the ball around, pull it through. Again, we're doing this at 10 yards. The point of this is obviously he could not have good fundamentals, but we're trying to train our body to make these throws. Taking this a step further, when we throw on the run, if Garrett was coming at his target right now, he's on the run, he still has to get himself around, push the ball around and pull it through. So his feet are underneath him. One big thing you have when you throw on the run is you sometimes overstride. Okay, sometimes you got to make sure so you get short, choppy steps at the top, push around, pull it through, and fire it there as we go. So the biggest part of this is, obviously we always want to have our opposite shoulder towards the target, push the ball around, pull it through, use our body. We throw with our feet, but use our body as we throw. When you throw a football, the number one thing, when you start with a guy, I don't care if he's 3 years old or 43 years old, the first thing you do is your opposite shoulder must be towards the target. So we're going to act like our target's right over here. Garrett's always going to have his opposite shoulder to the target. We already talked about throwing with our feet. You throw with your feet, but we want to take our feet out of the throw and work on that. So his opposite shoulder is to the target. Okay? We talk about pushing and pulling. Push the ball back and pulling it through. Now, Garrett's going to push the ball back. We want to keep both hands on the ball as long as we possibly can. Obviously, the old school, we see guys all spread out. We don't want that. We want two hands on the ball. We want the ball right up there in a good pre-pass position. So we push the ball back. When we push the ball back, the ball naturally is cocked. His wrist is naturally up, taken care of, or we'll say the gun is loaded. What we don't need to do, and I'll show him again because Garrett wouldn't do it wrong, we don't need to have a guy who's programmed back here and then turns the ball out. That makes his motion long. You push the ball back, and your ball is naturally locked up, and your gun is loaded, ready to throw it. So he will push the ball back, and there he is. Now he will pull through. He's going to pull with this elbow. What we're going to talk to our quarterbacks about is we're not going to get too hung up on his release. Obviously, at the level you're coaching, which I understand can be anywhere, you may want to mess with a guy's release. For us, our guys have their throwing mechanics. They've done it for a long time. But we always do want their elbow to be equal to their shoulder. Okay, we're not saying that, but at least parallel to their shoulders. So he's going to push the ball back. When he pulls, he's going to pull down and through with his left side. Okay, when you do that, if I pull down with my left elbow, naturally his arm's going to come up. So Garrett will show you that real quick. He's just going to push the ball back, pull it through, and you'll see where that goes and it comes down.
Hi, I'm Marcus Tuiasosopo, quarterback coach at the University of Washington. Today, I'm going to take you through some everyday drills that our quarterbacks go through so they can play at a high level. My philosophy is to use drills that correlate directly to the football field. And my quarterbacks start out every day with what I call the drop progression. And it's really a warm-up with football quarterback-specific ideas. So we start with just a basic drop, and I have them build up to speed. We're trying to warm their bodies up with football-specific moves. As you can see, they're dropping on a line. It helps them create muscle memory and dropping straight back. We don't want them dropping off at an angle. Always focus as well, ball placement, right around the chest area, relaxed. The next progression in this drill is called the reach step. All right, as you see, the quarterback is doing the first step in a drop, which is reach back, get away from center, or if you're in the gun, continue to get depth of that first step. The front leg is just a post leg. That shouldn't move. That should not move. And it's reach, 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 warming up the legs, the hip flexors, all the while staying straight on the line. And then I move into drop specific. All right, and we use a couple drops. This is a gun one. We slow it down. All right, I want to teach the basic. Gun one, pivot off the ball of your left foot when you go to the right. One step, a natural step. Transfer the weight to the ball of your right foot, and then you push that into the ground and you throw, as you can see our quarterback doing here. And they don't need to throw, they're just getting the feel for their feet. The last drill is fast feet. Now I want them to drop as fast as they can under control. The word picture I tell them through this drill is cut the grass with your feet. I don't want their feet coming off the ground like a marching band step. The next drill in the progression is gun three plant. What I'm looking for here is the fastest 3 steps that they can take, creating muscle memory so that they can take this out onto the field and complete the balls downfield on time, accurately. 1 rep to the right, then 1 rep to the left. As you can see, our quarterback starts with his head downfield for 1 count, and on 2 and 3, he gets it over to his receiver. Next is our gun 3 hitch. So what I'm looking for here is now we're going to stretch our drop a little bit. Usually when we use hitch timing, those are for zone type routes. We want to allow them to develop. But as a quarterback, we still want to stay in rhythm. Also, I'm looking for their head for the first step now is to keep the free safety in the middle of the field. So their head, you should see their eyes look downfield, and their head, the strap of their helmet downfield. Okay, and that's what I'm coaching through. If they don't do it, and then they got to do it again. And you can see his eyes down the middle, and then he brings them over to the left. And I'd use a wave drill. Okay, this is pocket movement drill. All right, the first time I do this, it's for conditioning purposes. It's for muscle memory to get their feet moving, get their legs moving. And all you do is have them drop. 5-step drop, 7-step drop, I don't care, whatever you choose. And then you give them directions, backwards, forwards, left, right, diagonal up to the right, diagonal up to the left with your hands. What you're looking for is quick reaction. Quarterback's going through the drill, you still want to keep that ball in a nice relaxed position up by the chest area as they're moving. The next step is the Tom Brady. We call it Tom Brady because we believe he's one of the best pocket passers in the NFL. This is the same drill as a wave drill, but instead of moving your feet fast and moving as long as I don't give you a direction, this is 1 step. So this is more realistic to what happens in a football game. So they're only moving over 1 step, moving over the other way to 1 step, moving back 1 step, or moving up 1 step, as you see in this drill. Back, so he's moving up, moving back. He's lateral side step, internal pressure. This is more what you see. Another drill I like to do is called the gauntlet. It's so important for quarterbacks to have ball security in the pocket. All right, there's guys reaching For the ball, defensive ends that are speed rushers come around the edge and they swipe at the ball. This drill will teach the quarterbacks to have great ball security, two-hand pressure on the ball. As you can see, you just line them up and you make them go through. And you want them to they can swing the ball naturally. All right, you don't want to get tight and tense like this quarterback's doing here. You want to be natural and rip through, rip through, rip through. The last drill that I do right after is called step up with the gauntlet. Quarterback does a drop, there's a rush, and two coaches can reach in and try to rip the ball. All right, the point of emphasis is stepping up out of trouble and then having two hands on the ball securely, rip through, and keep your eyes downfield. And there's various ways. You can have a high rusher and a low rusher, whatever you choose. But the point is, step up with two hands in the pocket. You don't want to see a ball in one hand. You want to see it close to your body with two hands on it. I hope these drills can help you become a better quarterback, or if you're a coach, help your quarterbacks take that next step. Thank you very much for your time.